Greetings everyone, Dave from Roshi's Fam here, showing you a little bit of what I'm going to be doing today. I have to work on the enclosure, so I have mulch, rock, and sand. Also going to be planting these succulents here for the tortoises, and yeah, as you can see, the enclosure needs a lot of work. And look who do we have here. This is Ryu himself. Check the man out. Always getting that attention, always acting like a dog when I come and rub his neck. Look at that stance. It's a good sign of a healthy tortoise when they have a good stance like that, tall stance. Let's go up to the other guy. But then look at that stance, guys. Don't tell me that stance is not awesome. Okay, and next we got Yoshi. He's the younger Aldabra over here. And look at that split scoot. Yeah, a lot of people like those. They kind of give the tortoise, more of a trademark for the individual. Some people do, some people don't. But yeah, it's totally cosmetic. It doesn't affect your health by any means. Okay, my friends, so today we want to be talking about pretty much just some challenges that you may face when you're trying to keep some of these animals. I'm going to go into a more general video, not just the Aldabras, but pretty much trying to cover some of these topics. And the first matter to attend here is their diet and exercise, and pretty much depending on the species of tortoise that you have, probably there won't be many differences when it comes to what kind of diet they should consume. Here in these clips, you're seeing me pretty much feeding them dandelion, and yeah, most of them will be keen to green food. There are some that can eat more sugar than others. For example, I try to give very minimal fruit to these Aldabras, as opposed to, let's say, a red-footed tortoise, which is a more friendly species when it comes to sugars. They can eat more fruits, they eat more variety, and they require more protein intake. So definitely, it's not that these ones won't eat insects and stuff like that, but definitely will be a little more rare for them. And another thing you want to consider is their exercise according to their diet. So tortoises happen to be very resilient, and when it comes to, saving their energy, saving the calories that they consume when it comes to activity. But most of the times in the wild, they are actually trying to find food, find shelter, find water, all that good stuff. And so when you have them in captivity, you want to keep in mind that depending on the species, for example, me with the Aldabras, you see they have a pretty long neck, kind of like a dinosaur. And you should be having them utilize those muscles as much as to, let's say, roam around looking for food, or in also this case to reach, kind of like if they were going for food in the trees. So of course you don't want to make things too easy for them. You always want to make them work for it, even if they have to climb. Believe me, they know how to climb decently. And you should never have them just eat off the same place statically. Always have them work a little bit for it. Now, you have probably heard before that tortoises are usually desert dwellers that don't require much water, or that they get all the water they need just from food. Well, in reality, they're always looking for water. They don't know when the next rain is going to hit in nature, so again, they are pretty efficient at keeping themselves hydrated, but you should always provide them with at least two sources of water in their enclosure. And yeah, I cannot stress this enough. The enclosure should be big, and nothing wrong with rinsing them or even soak them. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, and last thing I want to discuss in this video will be the habitat and even company. So habitat wise, you want to give them as much space as you possibly can. If you don't have it, it should always be a good idea to go for outdoors, and just seeing them interact with their environment is so pretty rewarding too. As for company, I know some people may like to have more than one animal or vice versa. As for me, I do have these aldabras, which are incredibly social animals, and they actually benefit more from having another one of them around. So some of them, other species, might want to be alone, so you always want to check up on that.